Hello and namaste. This is Indrani Davuluri and I am the Artistic Director of Natya Margam. Today we are celebrating our fifth annual day, that is our fifth anniversary celebrations. This is the fifth year, so it is a milestone anniversary. And I bow down to God and my gurus, and I welcome all of you, and I would urge you to please bless all my students and please encourage us during these during this pandemic in these uncertain times. It has been an uphill task for me and even for the parents and their daughters, that is my students. It has been with tremendous support from the parents, from my girls, that is my students and my daughters and my family. We have been able to survive this pandemic and still put our best foot forward and do this fifth annual day celebrations. I would firstly thank Pilupu TV for partnering with us and giving us a platform. And I also thank the sponsors, that is Basis Independent School and Jazz Solutions, for their support. And I thank Hope for Humanity for all the effort that they put into service and giving back to the community. And I request all of you to please donate generously for a very good cause. And everything you donate through Natya Margam will go for a noble cause. Having said that, I have a small poem that I have lived by, which is Natyame Jeevitam. Ee Jeevitam Natyamrita Praptiki Ankitam. గణేశ వందనతో మొదలయ్యి జతీస్వరాలలో ఉయ్యాలలోకి శబ్దంలోని అభినయాన్ని కనుగొని వర్ణంలోని రసప్రాప్తిని ఆస్వాదించి జావళిలో జలకాలాడి పదంతో క్షేత్రయ్య మనసు గెలిచి అష్టపదులలో మైమరచిపోయి పిల్లానాలలో ఉల్లాసంగా విహరిస్తూ ఈ దేహాన్ని పరమాత్మకి అంకితం చేసే ప్రయత్నమే నా ఈ భరతనాట్యం. Of course, I have penned this in Telugu, which is my mother tongue, but the gist is I have gone through all the items that we usually perform in a Margam. The name of the school is also Margam. It is the journey of dance, and it has three meanings, trifold, but I will not take much time. This is a small poem that I have penned down, which basically speaks about how each and every dance composition piece has its importance and has its beauty, and how while performing all these items, I come to the end, which is a moksha margam for me as a dancer, and which is what I want all my students to attain at the end. There is no end, of course, attain during this tutelage from me. Thank you so very much. One small I just want to take a little time speaking about my guru Sri V.S. Ramamurthy, whom we have lost this year. Guru Bhyo Namaha. He was an eminent guru, Natyacharya, Sri V.S. Ramamurthy, a man of impeccable sense and a self-contained will. He is recognized as an accomplished dancer and a great guru based on his mastery of his technique. Master, wherever you are, please, wherever you are, please bless us on this day and please show us the way you have taught us. Please show me, give me those blessings which will help me become a better and better teacher each and every day. Thank you so much. I have to speak about Srimati Manjula Ramaswamy also, who is my teacher, my master's daughter, who had her Arangetram at the age of 12 and belongs to the family that has generations dedicated itself to dance. She received her initial training in Bharatanatyam under the late Padma Shri Dandayudapani Pillai Garu, and then under her father, Natyacharya, Sri V.S. Ramamurthy Garu. She is an excellent teacher and an excellent Natavanar. Teacher, thank you so very much for everything you have given to me, to us. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Without further ado, I would like to start the program today. So, firstly, we will do Manavi Varnam. Varnam is not essentially the first item of a Margam, but here I wanted to do just as a small token of my worship, my devotion to my master. This is the first Varnam I had learned at the age of 14. We used to go for master's classes, and this is the first Varnam, and I have kept it true to what and how my master had taught me. And I will perform Varnam now. The Ragam is Shankara Varnam and Talam is Adi. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching this beautiful piece. It's a Varnam once again. Next, we move on to Kautvam, also known as Pushpanjali. It is an invocatory piece which will be performed by Priyanka, Akshara, and Dhriti. These three girls have been learning under me for 2 years now, and I'm very, very proud to present them to you. The Pushpanjali is the ragam of Gambhira Natai and Adi Talam. Speaker near the computer. Okay. Okay, go. All the girls for Pushpanjali, I'm playing now. Please take your positions. Pushpanjali. That was Pushpanjali. Now we move on to Alaripu. Alaripu is usually the first item in the Margam. Alaripu also comes from the word called Alarisu, which basically means the blossoming of a flower. In Alaripu, when a dancer performs Alaripu, it blossoms the body and mind. It is also an invocation piece symbolizing the offering of respect to God and the audience. It is considered to be a warm-up piece for the dancers. Alaripu begins with Atami or neck movement, followed by Mandi Adavu. And the second half and later culminates with vibrant footwork and Tirmanam Adavu. Ragam is usually traditional Tirupugal for our dance school. But today I will be doing the Natvangam for these girls, and it is a Rupaka Alaripu. That is, it is basically in Tishran. Thank you so much. I would like to have my students on screen, please. Vaishna, may I see them? Sanjana, Vaishna. Yes. Sanjana, Sai, and Vaishna will be performing the Alaripu today. Please go back and take your positions. Everybody, please mute yourself. Sanjana, Vaishna, Sai and Lasya. I'd like to see Sai and Lasya too on the screen, please. Sai. Sai, can you raise your hand, Kana, so that they can bring you on the screen? Yes. Now I see all the three of them. Please go back and take your positions. Takatikkuttarikkuttatom. 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 Ta, tai, tai yung ta, tam, kita takata. Tai yung ta, tam, kita takatalang kutom, tari kita tom, tam. Tit, tam, kita takatay. Ta, tai, kita takata. Tit, tam, kita takatay. Ta, tai, kita takatam. Tit, tam, tai. Tat, tai, tam. 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 Tit, tam, tai. Tat, tai, right? Tai, tai. Diggy, taka, diggy, taka, diggy, tam. Diggy, taka, diggy, taka, diggy, tam. Diggy, taka, diggy, taka, tam. Tit, tam, tai. Tat, tai, tam. Tit, Tam tai, tatai, right? Tai, tai. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam, diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, kallam kutong, tari kita tong tam. Tit tam. Kita taka tai, ta tai. Kita taka tam. Tit tam. Kita taka tai, ta tai. Kita taka tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai 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 tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Taka, diggy taka, diggy taka tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy tam. Diggy taka, diggy taka, diggy taka tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai 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 tam. Tit tam. Kita taka tai. Ta tai. Kita taka tam. Tit tam. Kita taka tai. Ta tai. Kita taka tat. Tari kita taka dit. Tari kita tam dom. Tari kita taka nam. Tari kita tam. Kacham taka jam taka dim taka dom tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai tam. Tit tam tai. Tat tai. Digit tai. Digit tai. Digit tai. Digit tai. Ticker dom. Ticker dom. Ticker dom. Ticker dom. Digit tai. 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 Tai. Digit tai. Digit tai. 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 Digit tai. 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 Digit tai. 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 Digit tai. Digit tai. Digit jam. Ta. Diggy taka. Diggy taka. Diggy tam. Diggy taka. Diggy taka. Diggy tam. Diggy taka. Diggy taka. Diggy taka. Kallam kutong. Tari kita tong ta. Tai. Tai yum ta. Tit ta. Thank you so much. The next item is Jati Swaram, after which we have a very important segment of this program, and that is our guest Sudikshana Veeravalli, who is joining us today, and she will be performing so that the girls can watch and learn, and also she will be talking about her experiences growing up here, learning, performing this art form. And there will be a small interactive session with her, and I am extremely thankful to her for joining us today. But before we move on to this very important segment, I would like to present Jati Swaram. Jati Swaram, as the name, the word itself goes, it is basically a mix of jatis and swarams. This particular Jatiswaram that the girls are performing today is Ragam Saveri and Talam Rupakam. I would request the girls to get ready for their performance. In the meanwhile, we will play an ad of our sponsors who have been very generous. This will only take about 30 to 40 seconds. Thank you.
This school is much more well-rounded than I think people believe. We do stress academics quite a bit, but I see happy kids at this school every day. BASIS tends to teach upper-level material to younger students, and the students, I believe, appreciate that. They feel like they're doing something worthwhile and something challenging.
Thank you all. That was Jatiswaram. Moving on to the next segment of our today's program, we have the guest of the day, Sudikshana Veeravalli. May I have Sudikshana?
Hello.
Hi, namaste. Thank you for accepting our request and joining us today, this evening, with your performance. I would like to share a few words about Sudikshana. Sudikshana is a Bharatanatyam artist and Carnatic vocalist from Chicago, and has been pursuing both arts for over 20 years. She is trained in dance by her mother, Guru Srimati Vanita Veeravalli, and in music by Kalai Mamani, Dr. R. Surya Prakash, and takes joy in teaching both arts herself. Her performances take her across North America and India, including for Madras Music Academy's Spirit of Youth and HCL Festival, Bharat Kalachar, Cleveland Tyagaraja Festival, and more. She has to her name the title of Yuva Kala Vipanchi from Vipanchi Natyalaya, promising young artist, awarded by Brahmagana Sabha, and most recently the Special Commendation Award from Bharat Kalachar. Sudikshana actively participates in youth collaborations between music and dance, which toured North America. Recently, she joined CARE Spaces, an organization aiming to provide tangible measures for a more conscientious and ethical workspace in the Indian creative arts communities. She is currently a grad student of special education in Boston and pursues these traditional, enriching, and complementary arts lifelong. Thank you so very much, Sudikshana. Thank you so much. Most welcome. We at Natya Margam are very honored to have you today as our guest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Um, for me, it's an extra pleasure because I actually just came back home. I was studying in Boston, like you said. I came back home to Chicago, and I've been in quarantine. So this is my first. I don't normally step out of quarantine, but when I do, it is for dance. So it's a
I'm
pleasure
glad.
to be here with everyone. And I really enjoyed watching all the performances so far too. This is not an easy time to learn dance. It's something that and most things I believe are more ideal in person. Many things are, dance as one of them. That being said, it was really nice to see all these students from their individual locations synchronizing so much in their mind and in their body. So congratulations to all the performers.
Thank you
Uh,
so very much.
of course. Um, so I'd like to take 5 minutes to kind of talk about um, who I am, because to many of you, I'm a stranger, dressed in a practice sari and looking like what you might see a classical Indian dancer, a Bharatanatyam artist, present themselves as. But who's behind the costume? Um, so like your teacher has said, my name is Sutikshna, and many of you can, I think, call me Sutikshna Akka during the interactive session when it comes to it. Um, I grew up with my mom as my teacher, so I don't know how many of you have a similar situation where you learn something from a parent or have someone as a parent but also as a teacher. It's a very different relationship, and it worked out in a way for me that it worked out differently for my younger sister. It depends on the person, but one of the things that did for me is it made it very normal. It was not something I did outside of the house. It was not something that was a 1 hour a week class. It was something that I lived day in and day out. And I kind of like telling people that it's the best choice I never made. It was decided for me, um, around 4.5 is when my parents. I don't remember this, but apparently this conversation happened where they decided, no, should we start her in dance? And the simple answer was, why not? So it wasn't really a conversation on whether or not I got involved. However, as I grew older, whether or not I continued it was a choice that I had to actively make for myself. And that choice, for me, it was again, it was easy. But I recognize it's not necessarily the same for everyone. And I'm curious to hear how all of you feel about the way that you practice this art form later on. But for me, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, which is where I am right now, in a suburb called Naperville. And in the suburb, there are a lot of people who are within the Indian arts community. A lot of people to kind of give you opportunities, support you, encourage you, and a very welcoming place for these art forms. So it was kind of a bubble. I didn't know otherwise, and even in school, I saw those who looked like me, others whom I knew practiced Bharatanatyam as well. And so it was very normal. It was one of those things that was, you didn't have to talk about it to know that it was there in school. Um, I think the biggest thing that for me made me want to continue dancing is that it became my thing that I did for myself. Every so often I find a new reason to continue dancing, and not that I need one. For me, it's kind of given that it's a lifelong pursuit. But every now and then I gain another reason that I love it so much. And one of the first reasons was that as I went into high school and went into college, things got heavier academically, and and in times that I really, really just needed to do something for myself. The one thing that I did um, with no one else watching but myself was music and dance. And so that's one reason that it became a joy. For example, when studying for an exam, I'd find myself kind of dozing off or going into daydreams, and I'd say, okay, pause, close a textbook, go dance 2 or 3 jadis, get my heart rate up, feel involved in a bodily level. And I think being involved, one thing dance has taught me is that full body involvement is very important. Something that we've done a lot this year is sit in one seat at the computer. Um, and I've really tried to continue to move regardless of what I'm doing, because for me, for dance, it's not just that 1 hour class. It's the ability to kind of think of other parts of your life as things that can supplement your dance as well. So whether you're walking down the street, sometimes I do this and I look a little bit silly, but I'll start practicing the hands for something, or I'll start practicing the abhinaya for something while I'm walking down the street. And it just kind of happens. And then I realize I'm in broad daylight and public, and I continue doing it. So it becomes the thing that gives you self-confidence. It gives you a sense of, you know what, it really doesn't matter because I just like this. It doesn't matter what other people think because I like this so much. And I'm not really sure where it's going to take me. And not all of us will become performers. Not all of us take this as to the stage for the rest of your lives. And that's honestly extremely small proportion. So it's not necessarily the best thing to define your success by how much you perform. However, one thing you can define your success by is how satisfied, how curious you feel, how like I said, every so often I find a new reason that I really like dance. And if that reason keeps coming up for you, then you're in the right place. So that being said, I'd like to share 2 pieces for me. They're very 2 quite different pieces in the timeline of my dance journey. One of them is something I learned when far younger. One is an abhinaya piece and another is a nritta piece. Many of you might have heard the word tilana. Tilana is the item that I'll be presenting second. What I'm presenting first is a a kirtane titled Maya Mori. So there's a composer named Surdas. Surdas wrote this particular composition um, as a dialogue between Krishna, little baby boy Krishna, and Yashoda. So Krishna and Yashoda lived within a village setting in India where Krishna, as a young boy, was known to be very mischievous. And Krishna loved going behind people's backs and pulling pranks on them, and then blaming it on other people, which we've all done at some point. Maybe, maybe not. Some of us are better than the others. But so Krishna has, in this case, seen a pot of butter. He really, really likes butter. And he has called all his friends and convinced them into um, pulling this trick with him. He goes into the house. It's his mother's house, and he takes this pot of butter and eats it. Starts eating it. All this hard made. This time, his mother had taken a long time and put in a lot of work to make this butter, and here is Krishna just eating it away all for himself. And all of a sudden, he hears his mother coming, and everyone else runs away, and Krishna is left to defend himself, and he does the first thing that comes to mind when his mom catches him in the middle of something that he shouldn't be doing. He lies. He says, I didn't eat the butter. What are you talking about? I didn't. No. This around my mouth, that's, don't worry about that. That's not butter that you see. He says, look, I'm so small and all those other boys are so big, and that pot of butter is hanging up on the ceiling. How in the world do you think I could reach that with such tiny hands and such tiny feet? His mom's not convinced, so he tries a different tactic. He says, you're my mother. You love me so much, right? So don't listen to all of them. All of them pulled a prank on me. They took the butter. They're the ones who stole the butter, and they smeared it across my face. And that's why there's butter on my face. I didn't do it. They did. Don't you believe me? And his mother still doesn't believe him. And so Krishna tries his last tactic. He says, you know what? I know why you don't believe me. It's because I'm not your son. You don't care about me. And so that I'm going to leave the house. And Krishna, as a little boy, saying all these things, so dramatic, starts to cry, fake cry, and Yashoda begins laughing at how the antics of Krishna, and she pretends to give in, and she says, "Don't worry, I believe you. You didn't eat the butter." So this is a story between Yashoda and Krishna in this composition. This is something I learned longer ago. The second piece, the Tilana, is actually a choreography of my own. So in that way, it comes at the end of the timeline where I have gotten to test my I've gotten to test my feet as a dancer, and now get to test my mind as I don't want to call myself a choreographer, but within choreography. So you'll get to see both of those, something that I learned when younger and try to keep doing again and again so it gets better over time, and something a bit new. So hope you all enjoy these two items.
मैया मोरी 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 मैं नहीं माखन खायो 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 मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मोरी बोर भयो गैयन के पाछे मधुबन मोये पधायो बोर भयो गैयन के पाछे मधुबन मोये पधायो बोर भयो गैयन के पाछे मधुबन मोये पधायो चारु प्रहर बरसी बट बट को चारु प्रहर बरसी बट बट क्यों सांझ परे घर चारु प्रहर बरसी बट बट क्यों सांझ परे घर आयो चारु प्रहर बरसी बट बट क्यों सांझ परे घर आयो मैं कब माखन खायो मैया मोरी मैं कब माखन खायो मैया मोरी मैं बालक बढ़िया को छोटो शिर को किस विध खायो मैं बालक बढ़िया छोटो शिर को किस विध पायो बाल बाल सब पैर पड़े पर बस मुगल पड़ा मैं की अति हो, जिनके कहने मत आयो। तू जननी मन की अति हो, जिनके कहने मत आयो। मेरी माखन खायो मैया मोरी, मैया मोरी, मेरी माखन खायो। जिये तेरे कुछ वेद उपज है, तूने मोह जान्यो परायो जायो। जिये तेरे कुछ वेद उपज है, तूने मोह जान्यो परायो जायो। ये ले अपनी लघुटी कंबलिया, बहुत ही नाच नचायो। अपनी लकुट कंबलिया, बहुत ही नाच नचायो। नीर बलिया, नीर बलिया, नीर बलिया, नीर बलिया। सूरदास सब बिगसी जसोदा, सूरदास सब बिगसी जसोदा, ले पुरगंट लगायो। सूरदास तब बिगसी जसोदा, ले पुरगंट लगायो। कन्हैया कन्हैया ते नहीं माखन खायो, कन्हैया मेरो ते नहीं माखन खायो, कन्हैया मेरो ते नहीं माखन खायो, ते नहीं माखन खायो। मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मोरी, मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मोरी, मैं नहीं माखन खायो। मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैं नहीं माखन खायो।
Thank you for that. I will now continue straight on with the Tilana. The Tilana is a composition of Shri Lal Guri Ji Jayaraman. Okay, there we go. This Tilana is in the Ragam Rageshri and Aditaram. In the Sahityam, or the lyric section that comes at the end of the Tilana, it speaks to Lord Shiva, Nataraja, and says, "This is the time to protect me. I am all yours. I don't need anyone but you. All these people in the world, I don't need them anymore. I just need you. You are the Gangadhara, or the one who holds Ganga in his matted locks." Tilana, Rageshri, Aditalam.
ತದರತಾಣಿ ಧೀರಣ
Beautiful, Kanna. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I really like your
Really
dance. It was really pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else wants to say something to Akka?
Beautiful performance actually, and it was amazing to see you dance and great inspiration for kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Manya?
Hi, Satish and Akka. I also thought your performance was amazing. I loved your abhinaya in the first and second pieces. I thought they were really vivid and professional and really well done. I could tell exactly how you were feeling the whole time.
Thank you. Thank you. Lasya, you want to say something?
That was really good. Your expressions are amazing. Like your eyes are big, so you have such great expressions. Yeah, like I think your expressions were my favorite part of when you were dancing.
Beautiful. Isha?
For the first piece, you told the story so nicely and clear that we could tell what was going on, even if you didn't say anything at the start. And in the second piece, you did the footwork really well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, last-
Yes. Thank you. Did anybody else raise their hands? I cannot see, Kanna.
It was a very nice performance.
Thank you. Is that Avani?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, darlings. Thank you so very much. Akka has taken the effort, taken the time for us, and I'm very, very thankful. Is there anything you want to ask Akka or anything Akka wants to say to us?
Satish and Akka, I have a question.
Yes.
I know earlier you talked about like going onto the street and like practicing abhinaya, just getting in the flow. So how would you recommend for a beginner like we are to get in that flow of abhinaya and to not be afraid to perform in front of such big crowds?
That's a very good question. It's a kind of a question that's always going on. People are always thinking of how to make it better, right? Techniques of teaching. One thing that I think is Abhinaya is not rocket science, right? It's just a way of putting on the stage the things that we do on a daily life basis anyway, on a daily basis, and we're just kind of becoming aware that we do it. So sometimes what I do is if I'm in a tough situation, I start noticing it helps for two things. I start noticing how my body's reacting. If I'm having a bad day, what are my tendencies? Am I kind of standing like this, or are my shoulders in? If I'm having a bad day, how am I breathing? Is my breathing nice and slow, or is it kind of anxious and you know? So I think it starts with noticing learning anything new. Honestly, kind of starts with recognizing the things that you already have and the tools that you already have to learn it. And for Abhinaya, I think these are the tools that can help. So kind of thinking about how you're already reacting in the moment. We just have to kind of like pause. That's the part that's a little bit tough. It's just pausing yourself when you're in the height of an emotion, being like, let me hang on one sec and step outside myself and observe how I am. When you do, that can be really helpful.
Yeah. Not only that, I've always felt like you live Abhinaya. That's when it comes true, Kanna. Like you really feel like you are that small Krishna, like you are that Yashoda. You know, that is what Akka is saying. You live it because it's nothing different from what you do. You would just think of yourself as that small girl, or how you were as, you know, with your mom, or how you are, or how you laugh at others, or how you get angry, just, you know, little more enhanced maybe. It's basically life coming, the life coming out of you on stage. I think that would be more appropriate for me. Like Akka was saying, true, it is something which you do, but you just do it at that time, to the apt music, to the apt lyrics, to the apt sahityam.
It's kind of like when you're watching a movie, right? And you're extremely involved in the movie, and even once the movie ends, it's just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm that character. So that's nothing but immersion, right? Like we took the time to kind of really get to know who they were, why they're doing the things that they're doing. So one of the things that I have thought about is like when you're reading about a character in a book or you're watching a character in a movie, you get to know you get to know more than what they're saying, right? So when you're dancing, you are the character. You show what the character is doing. What you have to have in your head as you're doing it is the world around the character. So building the context,
Right. Yeah.
and asking why are they the 5W questions, right? Who, what, when, where, why, and the 1H, how. Why are they doing what they're doing? Who are they with? Where are they? What are they thinking as they're doing it? What did they do? What did they do just before they're saying this? What are they going to do right after they say this? Kind of getting to know them like you would a best friend, and being able to know them so well that you can predict them, basically.
Yeah, the 5 Ws. That's a really good way of looking at it, Sutikshna. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Just sorry to cut you in conversation. I have a little token of appreciation here from all of us. Thank you so much for your generous support. We want to, we are not much of an institution, but whatever we are, this small strength of ours, we would like to award you with the Outstanding Service Award, which will be presented to Sudikshana Veeravalli. Sorry, it's not Srimati, but I'll get it corrected with the back end when I send it to you. Thank you so very much, Kanna. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Everybody say thank you to Akka, darlings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akka.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Manu, was your question answered, Manya?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I thought it was a really interesting way of answering it as well, and I would have definitely not thought of it myself. So thank you.
Of course, you get to learn more about your own self when you keep dancing. So as long as you keep reflecting on why you're doing what you're doing, that's where you start with yourself and then you expand to other people. That's a really good question, Manya.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kanna. I think we will move on if because I am running a little late today. So thank you so very much once again. You can please join us and watch the other performances, or if you have to leave, we would understand that as well, because time is money and time is very important to each one of us. And thank you for gracing this occasion. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. I'd love to see watch the following events as well.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us here. Thank you, Kanna. Thank you, Hope for Humanity, for your service to humanity. Thank you so very much. Moving forward, the next item in the Margam is Shabdam. This is Sarasajakshulu, which is a very, very famous Shabdam. And it's very joyful, poetic, and the first dance exploring Abhinaya with a devotional or amorous theme in the Margam. Sarasi Jakshulu depicts childish pranks of Lord Krishna and the Gopika's anger at his antics. Ragam Ragamalika, Talam Mishra Chapu, composer Vadivelu from Tanjore Quartet. The language is Telugu. Performed by Nandini. May I have Nandini's poster, please? She is the first soloist.
Video ఇంకా
Thank you. Nandini is our first soloist this today's annual day. All the best, Nandu.
தாத்தை ஜாத்தை தத்தம் கிடதகத கணதம் கணத ஜொண்ணு ஜொண்ணு தீபி தக்கிண்ணம் தகுந்தரி கிடதகத தரிண்ணம் தகுந்தரி கிடதக தகதிமி தகுந்தரி கிடதகத கிண்ணம் தகுந்தரி கிடதக தடங்குதாம் ததிங்கிடதோம் தரசீஜ சுலு తరుణమునని వచ్చడి కీచని సరిగా నీవుల అల్లజేకుని దరుగుని కీచ చూచుచుండుడ ధర్మమ సరసిజ చులు జరగమాడ తరుణమునని వచ్చడికి జని సరిగా జీవుల అల్లజేకొని దరుగుని కిట చూచుచుండుడ ధర్మమ సరసిజ చులు జరగమాడ తరుణమునని వచ్చడికి జని సరిగా చీరలు అల్లజేకొని దరుగుని గిట చూచుచుండుడ ధర్మమ సరసిజ చులు జలగమాడ తరుణమునని వచ్చడికి జని సరిగా చీరలు అల్లజేకొని దరుగుని గిట చూచుచుండుడ ధర్మమ జోడు జోడు దీవి తణతం తణ జోడు జోడు దీవి తక్కిన్నం తకుందరి కిట తక తకిన్నం తకుందరి కిట తక తడంగుతో తదిమిలతో ముట్టి బీదదు పెట్టి గుండె పెట్టి పాలలు జుట్టిగను గొని కొడి చేతుల పట్టి దాగిన గట్టిగన బిదిగా దయ్యా పుట్టికను గోరి కోటి చేతుల పండిత గీత గట్టిదన విధిగాదయ్య ఉట్టి మీదను పెట్టియుండే గట్టి బాలను చుట్టిగను గోది కొడితే దూర పండిత గట్టిదన విధి కాదయ్య ఉట్టి మీదను పెట్టియుండే గట్టి బాలను చుట్టిగను గోది కొడితే దూర పండిత గట్టిదన విధి కాదయ్య లక్ష్మీ వల్లభుడవై తొల్లియలరే పల్లలో కొల్లపడు చూడ ఊడిటివి హరి చెల్లు నీకి చెల్లు నా లక్ష్మీ వల్ల ఉడవై తొల్లియలరే పల్లలో కొల్లపడు చూడ ఊడిటివి హరి చెల్లు నీకి చెల్లు లక్ష్మీ వల్ల ఉడవై కొల్లియలరే పల్లలో కొల్లబడు చూడ ఊడిటివి హరి చెల్లు నీకి చెల్లు నా లక్ష్మీ వల్ల పుడవై తొల్లియలరే పల్లలో కొల్లబడు చూడ ఊడిటివి హరి చెల్లు నీకి చెల్లు నా ఇలను నిన్ను మతి దళచి చూడగను నిన్ను నగుడుదను చూడు లలిత మలయాళ మునగరిన భడి భడిర శ్రీ పద్మనాభ నమోస్తుతే ఇలను నిన్ను మతి దళచి చూడగ నలుగురును నిన్ను నగుడును చూడు లలిత మలయాళ మునగారిన భడి భడిర శ్రీ పద్మనాభ నమోస్తుతే పద్మనాభ నమోస్తుతే పద్మనాభ నమోస్తుతే
Beautiful Nandu. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Nandini. God bless you, Kanna. Next, the next item is Swarajati. This is a very famous Swarajati called Rara Venu Gopa Bala, which is set to the Ragam Bilahari and Talam Adi, which will be performed by Yashini. May we have Yashini's poster, please? This year, we are introducing our soloists for the first time. This is our 5th annual day, and these girls have been learning for 5 years. And this is the first time they are performing solo. I am very thankful to God for having my students, keeping my students with me this long, and they have put a lot of effort, and I have put a lot of effort, and the parents have put a lot of effort. And I'm hoping all of you will enjoy their performances and bless them, because they have a long road ahead of them. They have to this is just their incidence into Abhinaya. This is the first few steps that they are taking. So they are learning the nuances of Nritta and Abhinaya as well. And I'm extremely thankful, and I'm a very proud teacher to see how the girls are growing step by step every year. Thank you so very much, Yashini, for Swarajati.
అవునే అయిపోతాయి కదా తెచ్చుకునేది పని అయిపోయి
Good job, Yashi. God bless you, darling.
Thank you, teacher.
Next item in this Margam is Tarangam, also known as Krishna Leela Tarangini. We come from the Varavur style of dancing, Bharatnatyam. Tarangam is usually not a Bharatnatyam dance piece, but it has been adopted by my guru, Natyacharya, Sri B.S. Ramurthy. Since Varavur is very famous for poses, we employ poses in the starting, in the ending, in after every korvai in Tilana. So we specialize in poses, and because of which our master had taken it to the next level of doing it on pot and performing on plate. So the next item is being performed by our next soloist, Manya. May I have Manya's poster, please? Manya is a sophomore at Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. She's been learning with me for 5 years now, and I am very proud of her, and I am very proud of all my darling students. And this is the first time she will be performing solo as well, and we all wish her good luck. Thank you. Krishna Leela Tarangini. Beautiful, beautiful, Manya. Thank you so much. Keep it up, Anna. Keep it up. Moving on to the next item, which is Todaya Mangalam, that is sung in praise of all the incarnations of Lord Krishna or Lord Mahavishnu, Sri Rama. This is being performed by Sri Nitya, and she is also one of the soloists. She has been one of my first students that had joined me. Nitya has grown by leaps and bounds from the time she has joined us, and I'm very proud of her, as am I with all my students. She will be performing Tode Mangalam. Ragam Ragamalika, Tadam Tadamalika. Good job, Nitya Kuti. Good job, darling. Keep it up, Kanna. Next, in this beautiful program of ours, I have a guest who is very dear to me. He is my best friend. His name is Siddharth Narayanan. Dr. Siddharth Narayanan is a clinical scientist at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and he's had several years of work training in the England, United Kingdom, and now has been in the USA for the last 4.5 years. He works as a clinical scientist and has expertise in the fields of endocrinology and neurology research and clinical translational work. He's done his PhD in UK and then a postdoc and another postdoc over here. I am very, very happy to bring him onto the screen, my best friend, Siddharth Narayanan. It's I don't think I will call you Siddharth Narayanan Sid.
Indu, hi.
Thank you. Hi. How have you been?
I'm good. Oh my God, this is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful occasion to have me in your program, Indu. I mean, hello everybody. My name is Siddharth. Indrani just introduced me, and it's with her very kind words. I'm absolutely honored and privileged to be part of the 5th celebrations, right, Indu? It's I
yes.
think
yes.
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful occasion, and your students, your entire ensemble is an embodiment of the passion and the creativity that you guys just put in. It's about hard work. I am just absolutely honored to be here. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you. No, it's our absolute pleasure, and we are honored to have you as our guest today. I just wanted my girls to aspire to become great, scientists like you. And I thought few words from you would do them good. I think I want them to hear from you because you've been working on endocrinology and neurology in those fields rather. So, and you know that, endocrinology, of course, has to do with hormones and the girls growing up, and there is so much that you study about it. And then there is neurology, which is, of course, the brain patterns. I don't know exactly what you study.
No, that's absolutely no.
Before we move on, Sid, actually, I wanted to give the award. It came onto the screen just for a second. Please can we have
absolutely.
the award on the screen? Yes. So this is a small little token of our appreciation for you.
Indrani, I'm absolutely over the moon. I am so honored. Thank you. Thank you.
No,
I
this is
mean,
an outstanding service award for the service. You are
no.
a frontliner right now in these uncertain times, and you've always been of so much support to me. And I cherish all my years of friendship with you. And this is, to say the least, thank you so very much.
No, absolutely, absolutely, unequivocally. I am so proud and so honored to have this long-term association with you. For, many of the girls who are part and many of the people who are online, I must tell you, like Indrani and me kind of go a long way back. We were like very dear friends back in our undergrad days in India. And let me tell you all a secret which not many know, that Indrani has been an outstanding student. She was a superb student, but she at the same time, I think she balanced her personal and professional passions. So genetics was something that I knew, like when we were studying genetics was a subject that Indrani excelled in, and we used to be in a very healthy competition all the time, like who will get the first mark and who will get the second mark. But when I look very fondly and think back very fondly of those years, girls particularly, I must tell you that it is an absolute beauty to balance your personal and your professional life, and there is no other better person to learn that from than your guru, Srimati Indrani Bhattiprolu. And I just feel, it is an absolute sync and harmony between your mind, body, and soul. Do not believe, like, there is this general misconception, and Indrani, you can correct me, like people think, like, oh, if somebody doesn't want to, get into academics or doesn't want to excel into academics, dance kind of becomes like a substitute or a surrogate for it. And I am not of that belief. I just feel like that's something, that's unhealthy, because I feel you girls can, absolutely balance your academics, your personal life, and follow your passion with dance.
Oh, that is
And
true. It is actually a misconception. People think if you are not good at studies, then maybe you can dance, you can paint or something or something. But it is
yeah,
actually
yeah,
not like that.
yeah. No,
Especially,
no,
yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't know about many other forms, but Carnatic music and
Mm-hmm,
classical
mm-hmm,
dance forms, they come with a
mm-hmm,
lot
mm-hmm.
of math, memory, improvisation in terms of permutations and combinations,
Absolutely,
plus the
absolutely,
body to combine body and soul to it. So,
absolutely. And it is exactly that harmony. You see, when you are learning dance, it's like, I don't know much of the technicalities of it, but there is that nritya, chitta. But the more important thing is how you sync with your mind, and how dance helps you grow to have the sharpness of mind. And this is what we sometimes try to study with some of our, I work in a pediatric hospital at the moment, and this is what we sometimes talk to children, like, how beautifully they tend to be creative and also pursue their passions, despite all shortcomings. And I think any art form, any pursuing a art form with wholesome heart and passion is part of a growing, it's part of development. And Indrani, like you very rightly say, it helps you, become sharper, it makes you agile, it helps your physiology, it makes you flexible. It the benefits are absolutely amazing. And the beauty here is, like, and girls, just and let me tell you, like, Indrani has a master's in biotechnology, and she is first and foremost, for me, like, apart from her dancing passion, your guru is also a superb student and a student of science. Another wonderful example that I can give is Srimati Kaushiki Chakravarti. You see, she's an amazing classical singer and the daughter of Guru Ajay Chakravarti. And she has her master's in sociology, and she is just performing. She's an amazing Hindustani classical singer. So you see, the point that I'm trying to make is it needn't be an isolated gift, or it needn't be something to pursue as a sidekick or a sideline. Y'all can excel in academics, y'all can enjoy your time and space, y'all can, and also pursue this passion of dancing. So it brings together this very wholesome experience. And
Yes.
I just, in all my beauty and in all my sincerity, in all my beautiful appreciation, I wish all you girls and Indrani, I wish you like all the very, very, very best. May you all go leaps and bounds. I mean, I still remember the time when, 2 years back, I was there in person to attend
You
one
were
of
there,
your,
yes.
the dance programs and this anniversary. I think it was the third one, correct,
Yes,
Indrani?
yes,
I think
yes.
it was
It was the third
2018.
one.
And such an honor and privilege. Seriously, such an honor and privilege. And girls, y'all, I'm telling you, y'all are in the most beautiful and most safest hands
Thank
ever.
you. That's
She
high
is,
praise, but thank you.
your guru is a superb human being, a woman par excellence. She's setting an example for you all to follow your dreams, your aspirations, and to aim very high in life and take the
That's a
cue
lot
from
of
her.
praise. Thank you.
No. I mean, no. It's very genuine. It's something that I genuinely believe from my heart. It's not premeditated, or I've not been asked to say. And I swear, there is no chit hidden here for me to recite all this. It comes from my heart, and I honestly wish each and every one of you. In fact, I remember like some of the performances I saw like this sweet little girls. They were so chotu, all like little girls, but now they've grown up, Indu.
They're all grown
And
up.
yes, it's
They're
just
all grown up.
beautiful.
They are my pride.
Absolutely,
I take a
absolutely,
lot of pride in my students.
absolutely. And
Their shortcomings are mine, and their success is also mine. I always
beautiful.
believed it that way. But
Mhm.
thank you, Sid. Thank you so very much. And thank you for helping me with my upcoming book also. I've lost
No, I think
touch.
like our academic pursuits, that is another beautiful way that we bond. And I think, see, that's another facet, like
No, exactly. Yeah, this whole book was because I was thinking about my students and I wanted to see how I can help them to grow into strong dancers and how I can help them to restore and take care of their body. I don't want to push them too far because, repetitive action of your body, of your joints or muscles, it's something, it's like an injury waiting to happen.
absolutely,
So there is a
absolutely,
go, there is a push, there is a stay, there is at some point of time you just have to get out of it and come back again.
absolutely,
It's a creative
absolutely,
process. And then
absolutely.
while they're growing up, there has been so much of research by ballet dancers. There have been like, human kinetics, body pyrogenics, you name it. They have a whole team if it's a ballet, dance. And Bharatnatyam does not have that, but there have been a lot of, papers that have been published or coming out in recent times. But I really hope Bharatnatyam also becomes a global dance form and is
Absolutely.
also treated like ballet or something where you are paid a lot, you have like a whole entourage of orthopedic like an orthopedic, physiotherapist, your exercise science.
Correct.
So, I am hoping for a better future, and I'm hoping for a better future for my students as well, obviously. Firstly, them, and then every other Bharatanatyam dancer.
Absolutely. And just taking forward that line of thought, I genuinely wish and hope and sincerely pray that you go way above and beyond, and may all your wishes and dreams come true with your students. And I can see that each and every one of them is flourishing. They're being nurtured, they're being nourished by a fantastic guru, and they are themselves the girls are following the passion.
Cannot do anything without the help of the parents.
No, that is an unsaid, absolutely selfless.
Without
Each
them,
and every
nothing is
parent
possible.
deserves a pat on the back. Absolutely.
Yeah, I am known to be very rude. But I sincerely
tough love. It's tough love.
Yes, I have
Absolutely.
always given tough love.
So,
yeah, I sincerely thank and appreciate all the efforts of their parents, especially the moms who go, who do so much, in fact. So thank you, all my dear parents. Thank you so very much for helping me in our journey moving forward. Thank you so much. And anybody has any questions for Dr. Siddharth here? Do anybody have any questions you want to ask about anything neurology related or anything to do with endocrinology related? How it affects your, brain patterns or anything, Kanna? I guess everybody is pretty okay.
It's a little bit like, it could be a good sign or a bad sign. So, but never mind. Never mind. No. I take this opportunity to just wind up. I think, children, the beauty is, they kind of get the gist of the conversation, and just follow your heart and mind, girls. Just have a beautiful balance.
Sorry, I was thinking of doing something much more interactive later when I release the book. So that many of our questions are answered, and most of it can be like an intimate interaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can talk more about the different
sure thing. Yeah,
things
that's a brilliant idea, actually. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Anytime, Indu. It's my absolute pleasure. And as a parting note, I wish, as always, I have all your best interests at heart. Good luck and hearty congratulations. And girls, have the balance between your mind, body, and soul. And just look at your guru, because she's a perfect example of it. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you
so much. Moving forward to the next segment is our last soloist for today, after which we have one group performance. This solo is a Kirtana, a Namacharya Kirtana, Adivo Alladivo, a very famous composition. It is in Ragam Madhyamavati and Talam Adi. Lasya will be performing Adivo Alladivo. Thank you. She is one of the most responsible students I have. Thank you, Lasya, once again for being teacher's right hand from time to time. Thank you so much. We can have the music, please. Very nice, Kanna. Beautiful, Lasya. That is how it should be. The show should always go on. Thank you for singing and performing. Thank you. Teacher is very proud of you.
Thank you, teachers.
God bless you, darling. God bless you. That was our last soloist for the day. And before we move on to the last segment, that is a group performance, I would like to take this opportunity to invite my uncle, Sri Kannababu, Davuluri Kannababu, to join us on the screen, please. Namaste, Babai. Vinpistonda.
Namaste, Amma. Namaste. Namaste, my daughter.
I want to say a few words about my Babai, and he is an extraordinary man. Him and my Pinni, they have been very gracious. They brought me up when I was young. I was with him from the age of around 5 months to the age of 7 years. I think, Babai, 7 years?
Yes, yes. Exactly.
Exactly. So he has been a huge inspiration for me. He was full of love, full of encouragement. And I take this opportunity, that's in the smallest way that I can, for this father figure of mine, my Babai, that he happens to be my dad's younger brother, who has been very motivating, very encouraging, very loving, who has been always there for me and our family. Thank you so much, Babai.
Thank you, Amma.
Please bless me, bless all of us. I am very happy that మీరు అనడానికి రావట్లేదు నువ్వు అంటాను. నువ్వు ఈ రోజు మా దగ్గర
మీరు అంటే నువ్వు నన్ను దూరం పెట్టినట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది నాకు.
అదే దూరం పెట్టదలుచుకోలేదు. అందుకని thank you, Babai. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you so much for all the love, the support, the encouragement. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, for encouraging me. And my Babai baga paadtundevadu chinnapadi nunchi natakalu adi paatalu adi, so that has also been a lot of inspiration, mythological stories, a lot about Rama, Krishna, Hanuman, Bhima, Duryodhana na Babai, the favorite too. So it was an amazing journey. I would like to take this moment to give him the Outstanding Service Award. He was in the bank. He retired as a manager for Andhra Bank, and he has been in service
37 years.
37 years, and then he has been in service of the arts also for so long. Babai, Natya Margam thanks you for your generous support, and we want to award you with
Thank you very much, Amma. Thank you very much. I am proud.
Welcome. You're welcome, Babai. The award is for Outstanding Service. Outstanding Service
Thank you,
Award.
thank you. Thank you, you and your students and your Natya Margam.
Thank you, Babai. Thank you.
First of all, I am proud of you.
Thank
You
you.
are in my family. ఇంద్రాణి గురించి చెప్పాలంటే ఒక్క ముక్క చెప్తాను నేను అంతే. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి కష్టపడి స్వయం కృషితో ఎవరి సపోర్ట్ లేకుండా ఏ పనైనా చేయాలి అనుకుంటే వెనుకడుగు వేయకుండా ఇది మన వల్ల అవ్వదు అని అనుకోకుండా ఎంత కష్టమైన పని అయినా సరే సింగిల్ హ్యాండెడ్ గా చేసుకొచ్చే అమ్మాయి. అది మా ఇంట్లో మా ఫ్యామిలీలో పుట్టినందుకు మేము చాలా గర్వపడుతూ ఉంటాము. ఎవరి హెల్ప్ లేకుండా మా ఇంట్లో అసలు నాట్యం అనేది ఎవరికి టచ్ లేని సబ్జెక్ట్ ని ఎంచుకుని అందులో చాలా కృషి చేసి చాలా పైకి వచ్చి అమెరికాలో ఒక స్కూల్ పెట్టి స్టూడెంట్స్ కి నాట్యం నేర్పుతోంది అంటే నేను చాలా గర్వపడుతున్నాను. ఇంతటి గొప్ప ఇది వ్యక్తిగా తయారవుతుందని నేను అనుకోలేదు. కాకపోతే చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నాకు ఒక ఇది ఉండేది, ఇది మా అమ్మాయి ఏదో ఒకటి సాధిస్తుంది అనే పట్టుదల చూసినప్పుడు నాకు అనిపిస్తూ ఉండేది. అది సాధించింది. ఇంకా మీ అందరి సపోర్ట్ తో, మా బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ తో, మీ పెద్దవాళ్ళందరి బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ తో ఇంకా బాగా పైకి వచ్చి నాట్య మార్గాన్ని ఇంకా పైకి తీసుకొస్తుందని ఆశిస్తూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను.
థ్యాంక్ యూ బాబాయ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. That was a beautiful moment for me, which will be an everlasting memory. We move forward to the last segment of today's program, which happens to be Siva Panchakshara Stotram. It is set up to Ragamalika with a lot of Kalyani Swarams, and it is also Talamalika, but predominantly with Khanda Jati. This is in praise of Lord Shiva, the dance of the Lord of Dance, the God of Dance, Nataraja, and it is Om Namah Shivaya. That is the 5 aksharas, which is the Panchakshara Stotram. Good job, Kanna. Because of the doing it on the Zoom from a couple of different windows, there's always a lag period. Everybody seems to be doing it at a different time frame. But I am glad that we were able to do a group performance during these uncertain times while doing it online. And keep it up, keep practicing. God bless you, Kanna. God bless all of you. And this is where we come to an end of the first day of our 2-day event. I take this opportunity to thank all my lovely darlings, my darling girls and their student and their parents. And I want to profusely thank Pilupu TV, Venu Nakshatrangaru, Avantika Nakshatrangaru, their sons Ayush and Ankush, who have been of great help. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so very much for helping us out today. We from Natya Margam are very humbled and very honored for your help. Thank you so very much, Pilupu TV once again. And with this, we come to the end of the first day of our 5th annual day celebrations. All of you, thank you, Avantika Garu.
Thank you for giving this opportunity to showcase, your 5th annual program. And then I'm glad, I did it. And then, all the performances are very good, and we liked it. And we look forward to, giving more, more showcases from you. And thank you all the parents, and thank you all the participants.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Thank you. This is how we end today's program.